Beginning with news from Turks and Caicos. Hurricane Fiona bore down on Turks and Caicos Islands on Wednesday as a powerful Category 3 storm threatening to devastate the tiny Caribbean island after cutting a path of destruction through the Dominican Republic and Puerto Rico. Turks and Caicos could experience up to 8 inches of rainfall and life-threatening flash flooding from the storm, which was just offshore of the chain's biggest island, the National Hurricane Center said in its 8 a.m. Eastern update. A tropical storm warning is up for the southeastern Bahamas, and concern is growing that the hurricane could have the island nation of Bermuda in its sights. Fiona, the first major hurricane of the season, is forecast to grow into Category 4 in the coming days as it turns north and passes near Bermuda later this week, according to Richard Pash, senior hurricane specialist at the NHC. He urged citizens of the Turks and Caicos Islands to carry out all necessary preparations to protect families and properties. At least 3 people have died in the storm, 2 in Puerto Rico and 1 in Guadeloupe earlier in the week. Meanwhile, the US NHC has also issued both a tropical storm warning and hurricane watch for Bermuda as Hurricane Fiona heads north towards the territory. Some international news. An outside firm hired to investigate whistleblower allegations found evidence that Inter-American Development Bank (IDB) President Mauricio Claver Carane engaged in an intimate relationship with a staffer, according to 3 sources on the probe. The report also cited examples of abuse of power by Claver Carane, including his dismissal of some bank employees that investigators believed were in retaliation for various personal conflicts. Claver Carane said the investigation did not substantiate the false and anonymous allegations made by the whistleblower. He has not yet formally received the report. One of the sources, a former senior U.S. official, said it was highly unusual to post such a document on the institution's website, given the ongoing investigation. Legal firm Davis Polk presented the findings of its investigation to the bank's directors on Monday. The IDB's board hired the firm to investigate allegations leveled against the president in a whistleblower email at the end of March. It concluded that he had an intimate relationship with his senior staffer who previously worked with him at the White House under former President Donald Trump. A relationship between Claver Carane and someone he directly managed at the bank would appear to violate the IDB's ethics code. One of the sources said the report also noted that Claver Carane had failed to disclose a prior relationship. The staffer, in written testimony submitted to investigators, denied all allegations that suggest any violation of the staff code and said she had not received any written notification of any allegations. The Washington-based IDB is a development bank that is a major provider of development funding in Latin America. And we close the Wednesday's regional news by telling you that about 230 whales have been stranded on Tasmania's west coast just days after 14 sperm whales were found beached on an island off the Australian state's northwestern coast. The pod stranded on Ocean Beach in the harbour appears to be pilot whales, and at least half are presumed to still be alive, the Department of Natural Resources and Environment Tasmania said on Wednesday. A team from the Marine Conservation Program was assembling whale rescue gear and heading to the area. The whales beached 2 years to the day after the largest mass stranding in Australia's history was discovered in the same harbour. About 470 long-finned pilot whales were found on September 21, 2020, stuck on sandbars. After a week-long effort, 111 of those whales were rescued, but the rest died. The entrance to the harbour is a notoriously shallow and dangerous channel, known as Hell's Gate. 14 sperm whales were discovered on Monday afternoon on King Island, part of Tasmania. And that has brought us to the end of tonight's regional news. I'm Joel Vogt, back to you, Tamiko.